Hey there, what's up? It is likely that you have encountered the term Agile already, right? But most Agile transformations in most companies are kind of messy, or at least they are not successful. And there are quite a few reasons why. So today I want to talk about the 5 essentials of any Agile transformation, basically the do's and don'ts when you try to do an Agile transformation. And I want to help you basically do it better in the future. Plus, if you stay till the end, there are 2 bonus tips. So let's get going. So when you're watching this, it is likely you heard about the term Agile already, or your organization already attempted an Agile transformation. Or, and this would be perfect, you are about to try an Agile transformation. If that's the case, this is the right spot for you. So what happens when you transform to Agile? Usually most companies say, yeah, we want to have this Agile thing, but is crucial. Because I absolutely agree, you need to tailor whatever you try to establish in your organization according to your needs and your environment, to your circumstances. But you should never violate the Agile values, the principles behind all that. Because Agile is not a certain framework. It doesn't specifically tell you what to do. It is actually more a set of values plus a couple of principles behind that attempt to actually achieve something. And what is something? It is the response to change. That you are able to compete in a market that is changing rapidly, which, let's face it, most markets are nowadays. And this can happen in any environment. If you think about one of the industries that is most regulated, the financial industry, you could say this is not possible to be agile there because we have to actually comply to all those rules. That's not true. Just take a look at Sweden's Handelsbanken. What they did is they are agile already for decades. How can that be? Agile was just established in 2001 because they already incorporated all the values, or most of the values, way before it was defined as Agile. Let's try to think of it this way. If you try to establish something, whatever it is, but the way you try to attempt that is like really opposite to what your end goal is, how likely is it to achieve? To make it a little bit more down to earth, when you try to train for a marathon, you have the goal now, I want to run a marathon. Then the first thing you do is you kind of sit down and have a couple of ideas how you can achieve that, right? Your next steps according to achieving your end goal. And now assume you go to a fast food joint. You order a couple of burgers, plus a few fries and some sugar soda, and now this is the way how to plan it for a marathon? Well, I don't really think so. So, in order to go to the 5 essentials for any Agile transformation, I would like to take a walk in nature. Because nature is one of the most agile environments out there. And it's really awesome to, at least for me, it is really awesome to get my creative juices flowing. So, let's go on. So, essential number 1 is invite your members to be part of the transformation. Don't tell them to do it. If you invite the members in, I mean, how would you feel if someone just approaches you and tells you, hey, stop smoking? Or in case you are not a smoker, hey, drop 20 pounds. How would you feel if someone just tells you to do it instead of it is your own goal to do it? So invite your members to this Agile transformation. Ask them if they want to join it. Because if they want to, then they are way more committed doing so. And they will do way more to actually make it a success. And this will translate to the rest of the organization. Others will actually see this as an example. Because they didn't know what it is. They don't know what they actually agree to, what they commit to. But once they have seen this in their organization, that it actually can work, then they want it too. And then again, they are way more committed in doing so, and this actually increases the success of any Agile transformation. So, essential number 1 is invite your members and don't tell them to do it. Essence number 2, provide your members with an intent. Tell them why they are supposed to transform to an agile organization, why this is happening. You could be the smartest person in the world. Still, you wouldn't come up with all the best solutions for everything. So, if your members know why they are supposed to do something, they have a chance to come up with better solutions to actually achieve that. And when they come up with a solution how to achieve that, again, they are better committed. So it's more likely to actually succeed because they will do what it takes to actually make it a success. At the end, it was their idea too, and they are more involved. So, provide them with an intent, essence number 2. And that leads to our third essential of any agile transformation. Do not go all in. I know, this seems tempting, right? You want to do agile, you basically have the momentum going, so all in, right? Do it now, do it fast. But this doesn't work. You want to tailor agile to your specific needs. And that means that you need to identify what exactly works for you and what doesn't. In that case, only do one step at a time, see if it works, and if it does, go on. But we will come to that in a bit. Additionally, number 4 of any agile transformation is do not plan the entire thing. Don't. You should define the end goal. You should know what you want at the very end. But you want your members to chip in, right? So you can't really tell how exactly it will pan out. You can only say this is what I want at the end. And now, dear members, figure it out yourself. You will only do one step at a time. By doing that, you will figure out what works and what doesn't. And when it does work, awesome, let's do the next step. If it does not work, then either adjust what you have done, change it a little bit and do it again and let's see if this works, or revert it entirely and try something totally different. But keep as well in mind the 5th essential of any agile transformation. Value your members. Your members are the most precious resource that you have in your organization, although I really dislike the term resource for actually individuals, rather call them members. But members are the most precious resource you have. So why don't you facilitate them? If you think you are the smartest person in the world, still you will not have all the best answers. You can't. Every organization is such a complex environment. It is the conclusion of all the individuals, all the members within. So you need to incorporate them in order to identify what is the best conclusion. What works best for us as a system. So involve your members, value them, and provide an organizational environment, like a culture, where it is okay to reject this idea. If you force everyone to do this agile transformation, of course, people with existential fear, people who want to keep their job, they will say whatever you want to hear, or whatever they think you want to hear. So let's do an agile transformation. Yes, of course, I want to do it. Let's do it. But do they really want to? Are they really committed? Will they actually do whatever it takes to make it a success? No, they won't. So by valuing the members, it means that you need to create an environment, a culture within your organization where it is okay not to want this agile transformation. Let the others do it first. Do your experiments. And if you're lucky, they will see for themselves that this is a benefit. That their colleagues, the other members in the organization, have way more fun doing it now. So they want that too, right? We all want to do the fun stuff. But if you force them to, nah, this doesn't work. And yes, you might have figured it out already. There's no way that someone can tell you how long this agile transformation will take. It is completely impossible for anyone to know that. Because doing such a profound change in your mindset and in your behavior, which an agile transformation is, requires every individual to change. And it is impossible to tell you how long each individual in your organization will need to do this change. So you need to create an environment, a culture within your organization where it is okay to do this gradually and where to support one another to actually get to the final result, to get to the final goal, to actually get to whatever it is you want to get to. To summarize the 5 essentials: invite your members, provide intent, do not go all in, and do not attempt to plan the entire thing. And most important, value your members. And the 2 bonus tips I was talking in the beginning. First, be anti-dogmatic. Whatever you do, Agile is there to respond to change. So whenever you are dogmatic, you violate the core essence of Agile. Be open that even your goal to do the Agile transformation is okay to change. And the second one is a little difficult, but try to get comfortable with uncertainty. Because working in any such complex environment as an organization provides a lot of uncertainty. And the more we try to plan, the more effort we actually put into the planning part, the less effort we put into actually doing what this organization is supposed to do, the product or the service or whatever you are doing. So if you want to actually get the most value out of your members, return of invest, so to say, you need to allow them to actually do something you can't expect. So, and now let's take a look at one of the most agile organizations that I have found in nature. Let's have a look. Yes, it is ants. Because, I said invite your members. I don't quite know if this works for ants. I don't know if they have the conscience to actually decide, hey, I don't like this big home here, I'd rather take another one someplace. So let's kind of skip that. But provide intent. Each of them has a clear intent. They all know what they are supposed to do, right? Do not go all in? Yeah, they don't. Even if they discover a new food source, only some or the majority of them will actually go down this path, but there are always other explorers. Always some ants who go another place and try to find even more for the future. And do not plan. They don't really plan their day, right? They work according to a set of values and a set of principles that they all want to achieve, and this is how they do their decisions. Exactly the same way. And last but not least, value their members. Yeah, they do value their members. If you have ever encountered that, when there are some ants coming back from a food source and they do the heavy lifting right now, all the other ants going to the food source will actually go out of the way, so that they who do the heavy lifting have the easier path. They value each and every member. They are anti-dogmatic, and they are absolutely fine with uncertainty because this is their life. Their life is uncertain and they know it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan of ants. I get it like crawling all over my body right now. That's why I want to go away from here rather quickly, and I will do so now. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this video and the 5 essentials of any agile transformation. If you liked that video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of those videos, please subscribe and crush the bell. And if you want to know more about this topic or any other, please leave a comment. Thank you, have a great day. And if you feel a little bit discouraged now, please don't. There are tons of companies who actually accomplish this agile transformation successfully, and you can do so too. If you need a little bit of literature additionally, check out the comments, I put the links down there. But there are 2 books that I would like to recommend for you. One of them is Frederic Laloux's Reinventing Organization. He takes a very historic approach to that, where we are coming from as human beings and how we developed our organizational models throughout of time and why we needed each of them in each period of time. The other one is from Aaron Dignan, Brave New Work, and he takes a more pragmatic approach. He developed something he calls an organizational operational system. So he takes a lot of organizations and gives you the key words or the key aspects that you need to think about within your organization, without giving you a clear answer on how exactly to do it, but thinking points or talking points, discussion points for your members in the organizations to do so. As I said, both links down in the comments. See you next time.